doing? Jerry here from 3D Printing and Painting, and this is my third live stream. And this week I have a guest on, Chris from Kilcreations. So I just wanted to let everybody know what we had going on here. And this week I have a guest on, Chris. Whoa, let me pop that away. Give me a second here real quick. I'm still new at everything here. Anyway, let me grab Chris to jump right in and we'll get going.
Hey.
Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? I kind of had an echo there. I forgot to mute that.
You know, and I'm probably going to run into the same thing, but that's the beauty of live streaming. It's all natural.
Hey, Dan Brewster, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Had a slight hiccup there, but I got past it. Anyway, today's stream is brought to you by StreamYard. It's a great program, and you guys might want to download it, check it out. They've got a free version and a paid version, and it's a wonderful program. So moving on, let me get rid of that. Anyway, Chris, tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel, what you got going on in general, and the 3D printing community. We would love to know. So
my YouTube channel kind of started out with really no direction. I was very cosplay, comic booky. Is kind of our background. We used to do a lot of like booths at Comic-Cons and stuff like that, and that's just where the roots came from. When that business went away, I had to find something to do with myself, so I started a YouTube channel, and about a year into my YouTube channel, that's when I discovered 3D printing, and it's kind of become my mistress.
Yeah, since I've been retired, I'm fascinated with it. Mark Baker, how you doing? Hey, David Sell.
What's up, Dan?
Yeah, I recently got into resin printing, as you know, probably a month or two ago. And you bought the same Elegoo Mars that I bought, and a lot of people have been having trouble. What has happened with you?
So I've been one of the pretty much the same thing that's going on for everybody is the LCD seems to be burning out. And so it's really hard to see, and I don't recommend looking directly, but if you look at the picture here, you can kind of see what that looks like if you're staring directly into the printer. But I did send you a picture with a piece of paper over it, and now you can see all the little black marks on, I don't know if they're seeing it on the right side or the left side, but all the little dots, those are burnt out pixels. Wow. And basically the screen was shot, and I hadn't even gotten through an entire bottle of resin. So, but I have been tearing apart my printer, figured I might as well become somewhat of a knowledge base on what's going on inside this bad boy. And so I ripped it apart, replaced the screen, and did all that stuff. And you can kind of see how the screen comes packaged from Elegoo. They did tell me the other day that by the end of this month, hopefully early next month, they will have these ready and available for us to order, like on Amazon. Oh, so this picture here, don't let this freak you out. This is just the screen cover. When you get the new LCD screen, it comes with a new cover already attached. That's just, it's shattered with me trying to remove it from the printer.
This the old one here or the new one?
That's the new one. Just kind of giving you a close-up shot of it.
It's similar to a cell phone screen, it looks like.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. But I think it's Sharp, I believe, is the company that makes them.
You got them off Amazon?
No, nope. That was sent to me directly from Elegoo. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I'm still under the return period on my printer, and I'm going to send it back.
Hey, Robert, good to see you.
And they're like, hey, you know, let us just send you a replacement. Everything else was fine on the printer, but here's like the print when everything started going bad. And if you go to the next shot or two, you can kind of see all the holes in the legs. Those are going straight through, all the way through the entire body.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that.
Because, yeah, and it was just horrible. So I got to go in and fill them and do a whole bunch of repair work. I also learned that you can overcure resin and it'll start to crack.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I started getting like all this weird spider webbing because I left it in my window too long.
Oh, okay, the heat from outside. Okay, UV.
Yep.
I
Yep.
have my little trash can with the UV lights inside of it, you know, that I've been carrying with probably 15, 20 minutes aside.
Right. I'm building one of those right now, so I don't have to rely on the windowsill. I can time it, and it's going to have the little spinning deal in the bottom. So yeah, that seems to be the common go-to.
Fragments, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Glad you could join us today. We're talking about our Elegoo Mars resin printers and problems that he's having. I'm not yet, knock on wood, but I've been doing a lot of printing with mine also.
Hey, Frag.
There's a new designer that popped up on my group here about a week ago. His name is Michael B. Rodriguez. He has a Facebook group called Creative Geek MB and also a Patreon account. And he's hooked me up with a few statues. And there's a little chibi Deadpool that I resin printed. Came out really good. I printed it in parts. He came out really nice. You guys might have seen this on another live stream. Here's one you haven't seen. I just got glued today. This is a really cool Batman that he did. And I love the gray resin by Elegoo Mars, but I accidentally went and bought black, which I don't like. So I started dumping the black in the gray to try to thin it out a little bit. His cape I done solid. There's no way I want to try to haul that and have a mess. His head and body and legs are hollow, and I've got holes in them. I flushed them with IPA real well and dried them out before I cured them. The base is also hollow, and I put a bunch of holes in it, and I got it drained out and put IPA in it also and cleaned it real well. That's a cool little statue.
That looks really nice.
A Batman TDK, and the last word I can't pronounce is Caricature. Caricature. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, that turned out really nice. I've noticed a lot of guys, they'll do everything in resin, and then the cape type things, the real thin prints, they'll still FDM print those.
Yes. I did that on Batman and the Kids that I printed last week. I had to do the cape in FDM, and the rest I resin printed also. And lately I've been testing out a bunch of a couple rolls of filament that I got from ZYLTECH down in Texas. Dan Brewster hooked me up with the company. I got a roll of marble and a roll of rainbow, and I've been printing some cool little statues. And here's 3 wise skulls, they call this one, that I done in the marble PLA. Came out really nice. And what else do I got here? Oh, somebody in the chat designed this one. This is by Fragments. It's a gadget candy dish. It came out really nice. But this is also done in marble PLA. And you can find this over on Thingiverse. He has a file over there. Prints out really nice. You use it for money, cookies, whatever you want to hide in there. It doesn't have to be for candy. But it came out really cool. John Paulson, how you doing?
Trying to keep things PG here.
And on the rainbow, let's see. Here's a skull that I did in rainbow.
That looks pretty good.
That's off the Thingiverse. My layers are like 654, 5% infill. I forget how big I scaled it up, but as you can see, it's on the Ender 3 bed, and it came out real nice.
Can you wear it?
Well, let's see.
He should put it on, right? Yeah, see, there you go. It fits.
Yeah, it came out really nice. You can see how thick it is here. It's pretty thick and heavy duty. Let me pop that off the screen. I'm sitting there trying to get around that picture, you know, and I'm not paying attention. But yeah, it came out great. I really like it. Yeah, the ZYLTECH rainbow printed real nice. And then let's see. This is called the Area Dragon. This is printed in the rainbow also. That's a pretty good color change on it. But then again, it's small. And with a lot of models, when it comes to color changes on PLA, you have to have a lot of infill, or it's got to be a good size. So it'll gradually change as you go up. If it's small, you might have the same color all the way top to bottom.
I would think like vases would be great for the color changing, like the rainbows. Yeah.
Here's a vase. It's kind of a purple, then it goes into a bluish, greenish turquoise. Came out really nice. And I got it written down. This is called a blossom vase. File off Thingiverse. I'm currently compiling a video on my review of their PLA. and I should have that posted tomorrow on YouTube.
Cool. We got some questions.
Oh.
So, Frag, can you define your question on what's your stuff, Chris? I'm not sure what you're asking there. And Dan, yes. So the weird noise issues I was having with my MK3, I've got that all solved, and it's running smooth and quiet again.
Okay.
I'm going to still go through and check belt tension just to make sure something didn't loosen up on me. But I'm still having a lot of issues, like just getting prints to actually finish. Again, I still think that there's something weird that's going on in the software because it's just not printing like it used to since, you know, many firmware updates ago. So trying to figure out what that is.
What printers do you currently own, or what have you owned?
So right now I have a Prusa MK3, the i3, and then I have the Mars resin printer. All the stuff you see me doing has all been through just those two printers, mainly the Prusa. That thing used to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I would turn it on and go on vacation and come back to print. So like this thing has been nonstop a beast, and it's been phenomenal as a printer. But lately I've been running into some issues and having hard times getting any prints to finish.
This one here looks familiar. This is a resin printer, right? By Fragments.
So the base is FDM, and then the Spider-Man and Rhinos is Frag's. Yeah, that's his Rhino. And that's all solid resin. So they got some good weight to them. I'm kind of a dork when it comes to the resin. I don't like to hollow them out because I like them heavy. I think it feels cool. For my personal stuff, I do solid. I did the bearded gel. So that's kind of what I was telling you about, Jerry, with the black.
Uh-huh.
You can see anywhere it gets scratched or you break off a support, it leaves white marks.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to put paint over that, it would look smooth and beautiful, right? But for some reason, just the raw black resin mars and marks up really bad, but it's all superficial.
I prime my Batman kids with gray primer, and they don't seem to be really super dry. I'm just wondering if you use regular primer like on FDM prints on resin prints. So I've only primed a couple things, but I'm curious.
I would, if you want to drop me off, I can go run upstairs and grab a couple and show you what that looks like.
Okay.
Okay.
And he'll be right back, guys. Oh, anyway, where are we at here? What can I show you here that I haven't showed you yet? Well, do you have any questions for me, guys? Christian, I got dogs available. How many people do we have here? How many people are watching in chat? Looks like 15 watching. Oh, 16. All right. Yeah, Timothy over TH3D Studios sent me his Easy Flex Plate mat. I'm currently I'm starting a video doing that. I'm installing it on my TiVo Tarantula Pro. And then I have his Easy ABL and his filament runout sensor, because me and a lot of people that have the TiVo Tarantula Pro have been wanting to put his sensors and the filament runout sensors on the printer. So in the next few days, I'll be working on that video, getting that done, getting it out. So it'll be pretty cool. You know, I'll go into OBS and I can do the install and get on the website, go into the firmware and show you everything needs to be done and changed. I haven't done that type of a video before, that technical, but it's going to turn out great. And I went to the dentist today, and that was wonderful. Hey, he's waving his hands there. Hold on. There you are.
I have returned.
I went to the dentist today, and I had 4 teeth removed, 3 real and 1 fake. So that was this morning. And then on the way home, I stopped and bought some donuts.
You're
so had a few donuts.
Jerry. You're a total beast. I would not be streaming right now if I lost 3 teeth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, I already had this plan that I knew the dentist was coming, and you know, when I tell people I'm going to do something, I usually try to do it no matter what. So anyway, yeah, no matter what, I have to be here. And I'm hoping next week to get a few more designers on here and a few people on here. I spoke to them the other day. I'll have to PM them over the next few days and see who I can line up for our next live stream for next week.
Okay, so I grabbed some. So this is like your just standard automotive primer.
Yeah, that's what I use on everything.
Right, and this is I don't know if I think this was just standard auto primer. This was not like a filler primer.
Okay.
But the camera's really not, because we don't have 1080p on here. I don't know if you're going to see all the definition, but I didn't really lose anything, and it's stuck on good. I'll just scratch your ass here for a little bit, but yeah, it's. I think I used Rust-Oleum, just their standard gray primer, auto primer, on her. Same with her helmet. And then for Rhino, you can see I'm doing some repair work on these guys. I noticed after I started painting them that my printer started having its issues. So like you can see right down Spider-Man's head. See the line where the pixel was out, and it just carved it right through the side of his head. So I had to fix that. But this is just normal Krylon 2-in-1 primer paint.
Yeah, I rarely use filler primer because it'll hide small details.
Right. So. Yeah. Which I'm slowly getting away from. I used to use filler primer a lot, but then I found like if there's texture on the material, stuff like that, you'll lose a lot of it because of it, because it just fills it up. Yeah. It seems to work. I don't seem to have any issues with painting the resin. Seems to go on pretty nice. So far.
Here's a Sanix model I did a while back, which is called Iron Legend. It's done in a blue silk filament from Arion. And the base is done in a gray silk, I believe, or a silver. I don't remember what it's called. But it came out pretty cool. I don't know if I'll ever paint this or not. It looks pretty cool just being blue like that. So, something to show off. So, looks pretty cool. I think he featured this on his site. Occasionally, I used to print his models like on a daily basis for a very long time. And when you go to buy from him on certain pages and you look at finished models, he has my name on some of them. That's pretty cool. You know, as long as he's in business, it'll always be there and have, hey, printed by Jerry Knapp. So that's pretty cool. Makes me happy.
Yeah, I think he's got my Deadpool somewhere.
Okay.
That I printed. And then I've got a few prints that are on the actual Prusa website that they featured. Which
hey, Terry Murphy, how you doing?
Pretty cool. That's about it for me.
Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask us about anything?
I see there was some.
Just trying not to ignore everybody. And if I didn't say hello to you, you know, hello, I'm sorry I didn't welcome you, but I think I covered everybody. And everybody that'll watch this tomorrow or 6 months from now, hey, how's it going?
So to answer Dan's question from a while back, I'm saying, no, I have not upgraded to the MK3S stuff yet. I've not done that.
John Mason Sr. says, what happens if you leave your resin print in the sun too long? I believe you answered that a bit ago, right? You said it might start cracking.
Right. I started getting like spider cracks in one of my prints because I just left it in my windowsill. I mean, it wasn't even direct sunlight. It was just light. And I came back and there was like hairline cracking all through the print. So got to be mindful of that.
Yeah, in Las Vegas, it gets really hot here. And I set a print out for like 4 or 5 minutes one day and turned it over, and it's getting pretty warm. So I brought it back in, put it back in my little UV oven. And I see you have a UV oven right here. This is the one you built?
No, I was just sending that to you because we were talking about it. So I'm building one right now, and it's going to be very similar to what that looks like.
Okay.
Don't pay attention to the crystal thing at the bottom, that flower, but there's actually a solar turntable at the bottom. So once you turn on the light, the little deal starts spinning. You can just stick your print on there and walk away for 20 minutes, and it'll be good.
I went down to Lowe's and I bought a trash can and took the guts out of it, and it's similar. It's
right.
all. Brandon Knapp, how you doing? I think I know him. I raised him for a very long time.
Is that your boy?
Yeah. John Mason Sr., I get like a fade mark or line from leaving out in the sun too long. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Okay. It's Wizard of Oz. Johnny 5, hello from Spain. Hey, buddy, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, here in Las Vegas, it's 6:20 right now, and where you're at, Chris, what? It's an hour later.
Yeah, 7:20 here in Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spain.
Beard. Got to stay warm.
John Paulson, how long is too long on resin prints? I'm so new, I don't know. I put them in my UV oven inside for like 10, 15 minutes aside. Out in the sun, I really don't have a correct answer for that. If anybody in chat has been resin printing for a long time, please pop in and put in your 2 cents on what you think is too long outside.
I'm usually setting a timer for about 20 minutes, and then I'll flip it, give it another 15, 20 minutes, go touch it. If it doesn't feel sticky, it feels solid, I feel good to go at that point. I try to keep an eye on it when I put it in the sun. I don't like take it outside and stick it directly under this, like in full sun. Okay. Like I just put it in like my windowsill where there's light, but not direct. But again, once I start using the UV, I think that's going to be a little bit more controlled. And it'll help with the process a little bit.
NMTMW, how do you know how late to leave resin print UV chamber? I just guesstimate like 5 or 10 minutes aside in UV chamber. I don't think there's an exact science to it, just kind of guess. You know, if you're in no big hurry, I don't think it's going to hurt leaving in a UV chamber for 15, 20 minutes, a half hour aside. It's not out in direct sunlight outside. So right. I don't think it's going to hurt it.
The UV you get from the sun, which is the greatest source of UV I think we can get.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of UV light you're putting on the print versus when we use UV lights, it's a lot less UV actually going onto the print. So it's not as intense.
Yeah, John Mason, I think 2 hours out in direct sunlight would be too long. So, 10, 15 minutes in direct sunlight, depending on where you live, humidity, clouds, everything's a factor. 2 hours in one spot, you might get a sunburn here in Las Vegas, so that'd definitely be too long here. Cool, what are you using to slice the resin prints? Cheetah Box software came with my Elegoo Mars. It's very easy to use. I love it. And a lot of people are telling me when you transition into resin printing from FDM, it's a whole new ball game and you got to relearn it. No, not really. It's just upside down and the software is simple. Just wear your gloves, safety glasses, and be super safe and careful like you're a chemist, and everything will be fine.
I know a lot of guys. Jerry, I know a lot of guys that are actually running the print through Prusa Slicer first. It seems to be a little bit more intuitive for how to position the print and where to put the supports. And then they'll save it there, then bring it over to Cheetah Box and then slice it. Well, I know some people are doing that too.
Yeah, all right. I haven't had any issues with Cheetah Box, but.
Hey, Rover.
Rover, how's it going, buddy? Rover lives a couple miles up the street from me. I think like 3 or 4 miles from me. I've never met the man, but I know he's on the first layer all the time. And I know he lives fairly close. I live up on Sunrise Mountain. He's way down in Lake Mead somewhere, not too far away.
What is the temperature in Vegas today, Jerry?
Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 78.
104 right now in Vegas.
Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 60 degrees.
We had a record high today.
Have a good evening.
I missed it. What was it?
84.
Okay.
Is what it is right now. We had a record high today. Yeah.
It gets hot in Vegas for a few months, but most of the year it's really nice. I mean, you can almost do shorts in the wintertime here usually. It's usually pretty nice.
It's not that bad. I'm from Phoenix originally. I mean, that's where I'm born and raised so I'm used to your heat. I grew up with it. I just prefer not to go back to it.
Dan Brewster says, I'm watching. I'm just putting a new hard drive in a laptop for a client while he's watching us. And Frank says he has no Alexa. Well, Christmas is coming and sales happen. So maybe somebody will hook you up for a Christmas present, Frank. John Mason Sr., hell, I am going to Vegas in 2 days. Yeah, I've had a lot of medical issues lately, and I haven't been outside much. But typically in the summertime here, I'm wearing shorts and flip-flops, and I don't have a shirt on, and I get real dark. You know, I get in dark tan. Even though I'm starting to be an old guy, I still act like I'm 25 or 30. Rover won't let me post giveaway links. Well, I'm new with Nightbot. Let me figure out how to see if I can fix that.
And to answer your question, Brandon, no, I haven't had anything melt in the sun. I have gotten like PLA that I've printed on my Prusa, and I was going somewhere and taking a part with me, and it was in the car, and it got warm enough to where it got really soft and started to warp and change shape. But that's because it's not really heat resistant. So, but that's about it. But other than that, I mean, I just, you know, all my stuff kind of stays indoors and out of direct sunlight, and it seems to do pretty good.
Well, Rover, I'm going to have to look into that. I'm not sure how to fix that real quickly. If you're familiar with Nightbot, anybody, tell me what to click on to allow a Rover to post a giveaway link. But I'm not sure offhand.
Do you have a setting in your YouTube that doesn't allow people to post links?
Oh, yeah, if I made him a moderator.
That would work.
Click name, make moderator. Commands, dashboards.
So Dan, I have the Titan. This is my chair. I'm backstage. Now I'm on the show. It's my show. Welcome to the Chris Show. How are you? Good evening. Do you like my chair?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm clicking buttons here. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm going to pass on it for now, Rover. I don't see it. Sorry. I got to figure that out. Just sitting there fumbling with the computer too much.
What was the link you were trying to put up?
Okay, Frank, try to. Okay, that got held because of the word, but I'm not monetized yet, so I guess it doesn't matter. Titan here as well, just a pure black one.
He's talking about the chairs.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You just walked away talking about chairs while I was messing with the computer.
Yep. And we
Terry
talked about
Murphy.
some other things, but you'll have to rewatch your entire stream to find out what it was.
Terry Murphy, the TiVo Tarantula Pro, I love it. It's better than the Ender 3, I believe. And I've just got everything is just better about it. It prints faster. It's got a better frame. It has a Titan extruder on it. It has a Gen L motherboard on it with upgradable stepper drivers. It's a great machine. And for the price of $200, you got to build it from the ground up. It doesn't come partially pre-assembled. It's a great printer. I got like 4 or 5 Enders, and the TiVo I'd say is the best of all of them. So if you're thinking about buying one over an Ender 3 or just to get another printer, I would definitely recommend it. So there's your plug, TiVo. But anyway, that's how I really feel about it.
Well, you did a build video on the TiVo too, didn't you?
Yeah, it was going to be like 2.5 hours, and I didn't think no one's going to sit through a taped video for 2.5 hours unless it's a live stream. So I kind of went fast forward through it. I taped at the beginning, at the end, and then I had footprints on my box, and I kept going on and on about the footprints on the box. So I had to go and put a little bullet on the screen telling myself to shut up about the footprints because I just didn't realize I kept repeating myself, like kind of a habit I have. I repeat myself a lot. Chris, he went to see Terry Murphy. Dan Brewster, LOL. To see Chris and Red to build the Priuses. Did you ever get your Elegoo Mars done, or are you still working on it?
So it's mostly done. So I got an adapter on it. Hold on, let me bring this over safely. So, come on. Okay. So I have added this. I bought this extender cable, and then I printed this on my FDM, so it brings the come on, camera. There we go. It brings the USB up front.
Cool. That's nice.
Got the screen already in, already leveled it, and tested it out. Everything looked golden. So now it's just a matter of, oh, and I went ahead while I was at it and I replaced, I went ahead and replaced the FEP film and put brand new on there as well. So
you oiled it and wiped it down? Okay. That's an important thing a lot of people probably don't do. And when you go to remove those vats, you got to be very careful. You just don't unscrew it and pull it straight out and rip your FEP.
Well, and I'm seeing, I've heard other people say that their actual, sorry guys, I'm trying to put stuff back. I see a lot of people are actually, the film is getting stuck to the screen and they're pulling the screen out.
Wow.
So yeah, I think there's just a lot of learning curve for everybody on this. I mean, a lot of people who came from the world of, FDM printing, and this is just totally different,
That oil is called, what's it called? FTPE or FP, the 3-in-1? What's the name of it? I don't have my bottle in front of me.
It is this stuff right here.
Yeah, PTFE lubricant. If you guys buy that on Amazon, it's like 11 or 12 bucks. Go to Lowe's and pay $3.99. It's a lot cheaper at Lowe's. So
and he's right about that one.
Yeah, I constantly buy stuff on Amazon, but this one I checked out Lowe's and it was a lot cheaper. I put like 2 or 3 drops, which is kind of hard to get it to drop out. It kind of runs out onto your screen, and wipe it with something that won't scratch it. Don't use a paper towel, like a microfiber cloth, and do that on top of your LCD also. Completely wipe it off so there's no smearing and no sheen left over from it, and then put it all together, dump in your resin, you're good to go.
I did 1 drop on each side, and then I just used my 2-ply toilet paper. New toilet paper, not used.
John,
waiting. Bragg would have said something if I didn't.
I marked my FEP, not realizing I had debris in the vat. Oh, I see. Yeah. I know a lot of people say you can buy a comb, go to the dollar store, and get a little comb and comb out your resin. I ran my hand with my glove through my fingers in my resin pour just to see if there's any debris, and so far I've never had any debris in it. Everything from the print is the supports are staying on the print.
Just to answer the question from NLTMW. So no, I didn't cut the USB cord. I actually ordered it. Here was the package it came in. I ordered it right from Amazon. Let me see if I can find a link for it. And I'll throw it up there, or I'll give it to Jerry to throw up there if it won't let me. I should have one here.
Share your screen, or just pull it up on a full screen. That might work.
I could do that. I don't want you to see all my,
No, I have it full
personal items I'm buying on Amazon now. Come on.
Don't do that then.
It's like, Chris, what are you doing with 80 bottles of KY jelly in a tarp?
Yeah, his Christmas list for us is on his computer. Yeah, I done a quick live stream on regular Facebook. I went Facebook Live. I think it was what, yesterday or 2 days ago, just for the hell of it. I've never done a Facebook Live, and I'm starting to get comfortable with talking to the camera and streaming. So yeah, expect more from me doing this. I'm getting pretty used to it.
Did you use the same software, StreamYard, for Facebook?
Just Facebook. It's got a live button. You click on, go live.
Okay.
And then after I got off, people were popping in saying hi to me, thinking I was still live. But I've done that too to people. I see their video, and I didn't realize that they've been off for a half hour, and I'm saying hi to them, waiting for a response, and they're no longer there.
Jerks. Sorry, guys. I'm rocking a really old laptop right now, so bear with me. It just takes a while for it to load stuff up for me.
I was getting USB errors and found that someone recommended using a. Oh, you know what? Let me do this easy way. I forgot all about this. Here we go. Now everybody can read it. I was getting USB errors and found that someone recommended using a knife to trim back the plastic so the plug can go deeper. Yes, I did see that. That was for, I'm not sure which type of plug, but they recommend cutting that back and then printing out the little doohickey thingy verse and mounting them on the side. Yeah, I seen that. Going to test out StreamYard for Facebook. Yeah, I haven't streamed with Facebook yet and tried that out.
Let's see if it'll let me post. I'm going to try it. Here we go. Nope. So you've got it set up where it won't allow us to put any web address in the chat, Jerry. It's in your options.
Okay, go to private comments and give it to me in private comments.
Okay.
Private chat, and then I'll just copy and paste it.
You got it.
3D printing and paint trick to, let's see. Picture of wife at camera. I don't understand that.
I must be missing stuff. Hold on. Let me delete this because it's hung up on my post. I see Frag likes turtles, which is good. So do I.
How long can you leave resin in a vat for? Not sure. I've heard people say they can leave it in there for a few weeks. I printed out a vat cover out of black PLA that I put over top of the vat if it goes for more than a few days. And then I put the red cover over top of that. But I hear possibly a few weeks. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But I've heard people talk about leaving it for a few weeks unattended with a cover on it, and they haven't had an issue. Just make sure it's not near direct sunlight or a window or something like that that's beaming in on your red plastic. That might cause some problems. But if you don't think you're going to be using it for, a month or two, just clean out the vat. Take you 10 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave it in that long. But for a few days, I printed this guy. And this actually fits perfectly on the vat. And it'll actually fit where it's still being screwed down. So
yeah, I have one of those.
This is really nice from off of Thingiverse.
Well, let me go here to, let's see. Yeah.
Correct. In a perfect world, if you stir it up, it should be okay.
Did that popped up? Is that a clickable link now, guys? Yeah, there it goes.
That's it. And that fit perfectly into that adapter that I printed that went underneath the front 2 feet. It slid right in nice and snug. So it's perfect. It has a little bit of slack, but not much.
Yeah, I've got like a probably 5 or 6 second delay YouTube chat versus StreamYard. So when I posted it in StreamYard, it took a minute for it to get back over to YouTube so everybody could see it. Probably 4 or 5 seconds.
That's normal.
But like I say, StreamYard's a great program. You can have up to 6 people in there all gabbing at once or individually. And the main person can post all kinds of pictures and links and banners and brands and all kinds of goodies. And I forgot to roll my intro at the beginning. Wow, guess what, guys? Let me roll my intro real quick near the end. Anna can do that too. Sorry, I should have remembered that in the beginning. John Paulson, hey, Joe File, how you doing? Haven't seen you around in a long time. Haven't been posted on my group in a while. Rover, link works okay. Thank you, Rover. Yeah, everybody, like I say, weekly, I'm just trying to do a live stream. I'm trying to get better at talking to the camera, and Chris is nodding his head yes.
Well, I was being asked if it was legal for me. This is just nicotine, but the other stuff, yes, this is Colorado. It is legal.
Yeah, they legalized that stuff here in Vegas too.
Oh, you're good to go there?
Yeah, if you got a job though and you can get drug tested, obviously you're gonna lose your job and your pension and everything else. So anyway, I guess it all depends on the circumstances. Anyway, what I was just saying, let me back up and repeat it. StreamYard, if you guys want to download it and check it out, they have a free version you don't have to pay for. And you can, well, they gave me a free 30-day trial, so I have it, all the options and the bells and whistles work on it. After 30 days, I'll probably have to subscribe to them. But while I'm using, I might as well plug them all that I can and get more people to check them out. And below the video down below, I've got a link to Chris's YouTube page. And if you guys want to buy me a coffee to help out the channel, that link is down there too. If you want to throw me a few $5, $10, whatever. And there's a link to StreamYard. It's affiliate link, not affiliate link. There's what's the other name? The referral link. Yeah, there's a referral link down. If you want to click on it and go check out StreamYard, you're welcome to check it out. Mark L. Baker, Canada's legal too. Yep, Canada's pretty green up there.
I actually watched a documentary on Canada the other day on Netflix, and it was about how like they have like this whole monopoly on maple syrup, and like somebody stole like $12 million in syrup in barrels or something like that. It was awesome. It was an amazing show. I loved it.
Joe File, I don't have anything printing at the moment. I'm getting ready to upgrade my TiVo Tarantula Pro. I'm going to be putting an EZA bail on it and a filament runout sensor. And then I've got a magnetic build server. So I'm going to be doing 2 different videos on that. I have been doing a lot of resin printing. And this is one little guy here I showed earlier that I resin printed. But I got an Elegoo Mars resin printer. I just love the hell out of it. It's great. It's a great little printer. And I'm sorry that Chris is having issues with his screen like a lot of people. Knock on wood, I haven't had that trouble yet. But now that I said that, it'll probably break down tomorrow. But you know, it's been a blast. Resin printing is cool.
It is. And, you know, they're really responsive. Like I sent them an email. Now, granted, we're dealing with time zones at differences. While I'm asleep, they're awake, right? So I'll send a message. I'll get the response the next morning they'll send it to me while I'm sleeping. But they were really quick about it. They shipped it. I think it went out Saturday and I got it today. They rushed it to me. So their customer service is phenomenal. And I think right now they're still running that sale for $249 or $259 for the resin printer till the end of August.
When I tried to buy mine, they were out of stock here in Vegas on Amazon. And I don't sleep well at night, so I literally had the page in my other computer room open, and I kept going in there and refreshing the page like every 15 minutes to an hour for days. And after like 3 days of constantly clicking it, it popped up and bam, I nailed it. Yep. And then I went on the Elegoo Mars group. I put a link in. I told everybody, and then they were out quick. So
right.
It's a matter of keep refreshing the page. And if you want it bad enough, you're going to get it, but you just got to keep refreshing until they pop up and then nail it. And a couple people said, well, I had it in my cart and it was gone before I checked out. Well, somebody else, you know, processed it faster than you did. But if you want it, you'll get it. And like I say, I think it's a great printer. And the Elegoo Mars group over on Facebook is a great group. And, you know, just join, ask questions. So, you know, if somebody somewhere has the answers, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or Reddit, if you do enough looking around, don't assume that any one person has all the right answers and everybody else is wrong. Take everything with a grain of salt. Get lots of information and come to your own conclusion. So,
no, I do not think resin will do away with FDM printers. FDM printing is still phenomenal in its own way. It's just different. It's different. Yeah. I don't know if I want to. Hold on, Jerry. I don't know if I want to print something like this
in resin, yeah.
In resin, and try to clean it and deal with all that chemical mess. I mean, no. Yeah, definitely FDM's always going to have a place. Now, there's different types of resin, right? Like, I'm really interested in that powdered resin where they're doing it so yeah. You actually painted yours and then broke off his.
Yeah, my head bumps into him and I broke them off. When I glue them on, my head bumps into him, breaks them.
I've broken off his claws like 15 times on mine, and I haven't even painted them yet.
Printing, like Kevin Sharp is still doing for Dennis Moore from 3D figure print, and it just got to be too much. Constantly trying to bang them out and print them and paint them every week, and here comes another file, and it was too much like work, and I'm retired, so I quit test printing for him. But he said he will always give me whatever I want when I want it. So whenever I want it.
Well, if he needs a test printer.
Yeah. So I'm sure he'll probably watch the video, but there's a lot of designers, will hook you up with prints, but they want it printed right away and painted and showed off, and it promotes business. And all it costs them was just like TiVo giving away printers. It's simpler for them to give away a bunch of printers to people and let them promote the company on different social media sites, them going out pulling commercials, which costs really huge money. So
no, Dan, no, you're not. We love you, Dan. I don't know if I have any of your files, honestly, Dan.
Dan has done a few things that I've seen. I can't name them, but I'm not sure. I don't know how much designing he does, but Dan does know how to design. Fragments designs a lot more than Dan does, but Dan has a job, and he's fixing files on the special STL group, and I'm sure it limits his time in trying to design anything because there's only so many hours in the day, and he's got a family, and all that takes a lot of time.
So, NLTMW, yeah. So this is the base for the Samus Metroid one that I did. This is FDM, and then she's all resin.
Let me see if I can make you big there.
Okay.
That's me. Did I kick you out again? No, that ain't it.
Woo.
There you are.
So
okay,
kind of give you an idea. So, but she's been printed in pieces. I did the base. I just didn't feel like it wouldn't have fit very well in the resin because the resin's so small. But yes, like if I'm doing like the buildings and stuff like that, that's going to be all FDM, and then like all the fine detailed stuff. Or if I'm doing a really large character like Punisher and Wolverine you saw earlier, I'd probably just concentrate like on certain things that I have extreme detail that I need resin for, like the head, the hands. If I got like an intricate gun that's going to need a lot of like supports on FDM that I don't want to jack with, then I'll do that on resin. So it's definitely going to have its place, and it's going to enhance what we do for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe File, you're making a comment about Kevin Sharp there. I consider him my good friend over the pond, and I do a lot of stuff that he does. And I compliment him on his work on a daily basis. And I would love to get him on here one of these days, and we can do a live stream together. I haven't asked him yet, but hopefully it'll work out, and I can. He's a print fiend. He constantly is printing. Back in the day, all of the Sanix prints, everything were always 200%, everything. Really, everything he did was really big. And typically I was doing 150, and he was doing 200 and 250. And then he done that great big bat car that was like 4 or 5 feet long from Sanix. It was really awesome.
So, Jerry, I'm going to have to say goodbye. I'm getting an alert that there's something wrong with my dog.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm getting blown up, and I need to make sure my little man is okay.
All right.
Seriously, I am not making this up. I swear.
And let me know. And thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it, you coming on.
Yeah, and I thank you guys for having me. And if you have any questions, I'm on all the groups with you, Jerry. So I'm always around, guys.
Well, thank you very much. Take care.
Thanks for having me, Jerry.
Well, sorry you had to go, guys, but things happen. John Mason, leave Naomi out of the chat, please. She gets beat up enough. Let's see. Rover, Kilcreations, Naomi Woo's full body STL. Yeah, I've seen her file. I've tried to be friends with Naomi on her Facebook group, and I've never got a response. So I've asked her a few times in the past. See some of my friends around the U.S. that are YouTubers that they're friends with her, but one of these days, I guess when I get big enough, maybe she'll be friends with me too. So okay, yeah, everything should be okay with him. Did you get your giant Superman diorama painted? That was a beast. No, I haven't, Marco. I still haven't got that done. I did print. I'm doing a Dr. Doom from Marco that's in chat right now. I've got the head resin printed. I will be showing that in my next stream next week. I'll have that all done. But no, the diorama by Fragments, Black Superman versus Doomsday. No, I don't have it printed. I've just been really busy doing all kinds of other things. I still got to print the half the Spawn base from Sanix models. Yeah, I have a ton of Sanix models and a lot of other designers. They're just STLs on my hard drive that one of these days I'll probably get around to printing. And then again, you get on a site and it's like, wow, that's cool. I got to have it. And there you spend more money, but you already got 50 backed up and waiting. And the one you just bought is probably going to go with, be one of them with them. So, randomly I pick and choose here and there and print what I can. Love video errors. Yeah. My bloopers, whenever I tape anything myself, I might tape an intro 5 or 6 times. I'm forgetful. I put up a whiteboard. I try to read off it, and then I rewatch it. And I notice my eyes are looking left or right. So I crash that when I try to redo it. And then when you're live streaming, of course, it screws up, and there it is. So, and I'm glad Marco, LOL, 3D hoarder is more like it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a 3D hoarder, too. I got so much stuff. Well, anyway, I'm running out of things to talk about, guys. Like I said, in the next couple of days, I'll have 3 more YouTube videos coming out on products that I've reviewed and things that I'm working on with my TiVo Tarantula Pro. Long-term print, good stream. Sorry, got a split. Well, John Paulson, nice seeing you. I want to thank everybody for coming to the stream today. It didn't go perfect, but next week I plan on having more people on here. Maybe we'll try to have 2 or 3 people have, talk about, I'm not going to say what we're going to talk about until I get it all figured out. But, thank you, StreamYard, for allowing me to try out this great program, and we'll see how things go in the future. Please like and subscribe if you like the video. It helps me out. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get more subs every day. Please come and join me on 3D printing and painting over on Facebook. And I'm going to randomly pop up and do Facebook live streams. Just pop up and say, hey, what's going on at any particular given time of the day or week, whatever it may be. So, yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for joining me. Please come back next Tuesday at 6 p.m. We'll do this again. We'll have somebody on here different. And hopefully I won't repeat myself, and they can all be something new. So thank you very much. Take care, everybody.